Good afternoon, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day here on Seahawk Talk on Wednesday, March 17, 2021. Good afternoon again, and welcome. I am your host, Angel Pizzelli. We've got a great show for you lined up here today. We'll be speaking with Holly Kathios and George Corrigan here on the program. We'll also be joined by our producer, Gavin Parent, to kick off the show. But first, like always, we remind you to keep your distance. That is Ed Habershaw giving us his rendition of Keep Your Distance by The Shake, his favorite band. And we'll say hello to Ed all the way from North Carolina, finding a way to catch up with Seahawk Talk. You can like, follow, and subscribe to us on all of our platforms. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search for Salve Athletics. And you can jump in the comment section as well. So hello to Ed. Glad that he can tune in and join us here on St. Patrick's Day from the road, as it were. And let's go ahead and bring in now our producer, Gavin Parent. Gavin, welcome back to the program. How are you?
How's it going?
You don't have any green, huh? No green, just the black and the white?
I do not own a green tie, unlike you, so I'm just going traditional black and white today.
Hey, simple is best, all the time. Do you have any St. Patrick's Day traditions? Anything that you plan to do, like to keep up with? What is St. Patrick's Day for you?
I'm not really super Irish, so I'm more of a Portuguese type of person, but not really anything I would say I would do yearly on a basis. No, but you have a St. Patrick's Day tradition I think you were telling me about.
Yeah, we my family. Now I asked you, I was like, we watch a movie once a year. My family, we get together, we watch. We had to do it apart last year because of the pandemic, but hopefully enough people are vaccinated now and we're comfortable wearing masks and stuff. So we are going to get together and watch The Quiet Man, which has John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara as the stars. A movie made in 1952. So I was not at all stunned or offended when you said that you had not heard.
That was like negative 50 years old in 1952. So.
Just, when were your parents born? Were you just a twinkle in the twinkle of your grandfather's eye at that point?
Well, you might have inspired me to watch the movie now. I've never seen it, but if you say
have to, I don't know. You may have to pay for it on like Prime, in places like that. But I don't know if it's on YouTube somewhere. You can actually find it's amazing. You could find some of the really old movies. They're just sitting on YouTube, no copyright claims.
You can find anything.
Nothing. Yeah, the power of the internet, and the power of the internet is what is bringing us together right now. So, any other thoughts, updates? I know you were talking about March Madness before the program. Excited to get. We didn't get the tournament last year. I know a lot of us who are sports fans are excited to watch the tournament this year.
Big March Madness coming up. I'm not an Illinois fan, but I'll tell you right now, I think Illinois is definitely taking it this year. Illinois or Gonzaga. Gonzaga's coming in undefeated, so it's kind of tough to bet against them, but Illinois has got some dogs down there. I like them a lot this year.
You never know, man. I feel like in this year, all the things going on, it could be the Cinderella story year. How about a team like Georgetown? Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing got those kids playing hard right now.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So Ed started with greetings from Carolina, and now greetings from Virginia. So we know that Ed is on the move. You were gonna say, Gavin.
I was saying it's just weird this year. There's no Duke, no Kentucky, no Kansas. Actually, Kansas might be in it, but no Duke or Kentucky. So you're just not seeing these familiar faces we usually see. But anybody can win it, I guess.
Yeah, there was like the tiniest of loopholes that they could get in because as of right now, until tomorrow, or I think now is the cutoff day. They could have been replacing teams if COVID situations cropped up before people traveled. So Duke was on standby. But yeah, first time a lot of smaller schools, or non-traditional schools are
University
in there.
of Hartford made it this year, a little small D1 school, but they're playing Baylor in the first round. So I don't know about that one.
You never know. At least we have that to talk about. Well,
yeah.
We also have Salve games coming up. We are 10 days away from the first Salve Regina home competition. Our women's ice hockey team hit the road this past weekend. Is the first competition for Salve since the shutdown. They lost 4-0, but I don't think that mattered. They were just happy to be out there on the ice. David Lunn, who we spoke to last week, his first head coaching game under his belt. So that was the first game for Salve. Well, next weekend we will have the first home competitions, and we're excited to talk to one of the coaches for our teams who will be getting back into action, Holly Cathio. So, Gavin, I'm going to let you get busy to work helping to produce the show. Great job as always, and we'll go talk to Holly now.
Talk to you guys soon.
All right, that's Gavin Parent, and let's go ahead and bring in Holly Cathios from our softball team. Holly, I like that we're looking live at practice, right?
Yeah, so we're right in the middle of our practice right now, actually.
Now, I got to have one question before I let you. I think I want to let you show me kind of around what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Inside, it's gorgeous out. What's the deal?
I know. Once a week we come in and we do a little bit of small group focus on hitting, and I give them a couple new drills to work on for the week, and it's just easier to communicate and utilize the cage indoors, and we have a new pitching machine, so it just works out better. To be able to do a small group, so work on a little bit more smaller player-coach ratio. So there's a couple of reasons why we are inside today.
Well, go ahead. Give us the tour here. Let's see what you guys are working on.
Guys, say hi to Seahawk Talk. All right, so we got two freshmen working over here. Got Sarah. Got Lauren doing some PVC stuff. Say hi, everyone. Coming over here, we're doing all our new drills today, so they're all playing around with some new toys.
What are the new toys? What are the new drills?
We got a couple of new drills with PVC pipes. Got a new connection ball. Christine, you want to demo the connection ball? So that's that yellow one. See, they're brand new. So she has the connection ball under her, in between her back shoulder and her forearm, and it's going to help her stay strong through connection. So that's one of the drills we're working on today. I'm putting her on the spot, one of our freshmen. Yeah, good job, Christina.
And that's a double. That's a double.
Yeah, easy a double, and it was only a check swing. Yeah, and then we also got this brand new pitching machine that it sounds like it's about to take flight at any moment. It's right here. It has 3 wheels, and it can throw upwards of like 65, 70 miles an hour, which is, pro level for softball, and it can also throw different pitches, off speed. It can throw ground balls, fly balls. So, basically it's like kind of could be like a coach, that I just need to plug in.
Yeah, I was gonna say with having to run practice with pods and obviously you don't want. The BP stuff can tear up the shoulder. Just ask Eric Sorella about that.
Yeah.
So having, especially in these times with COVID, having, like you said, a plug-in coach, that's gonna be a huge plus.
Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely helped us where we haven't had to we could get similar to live at bats without having to, rely on our pitchers to throw all practice. And it's also helped some of our pitchers who do also hit be able to get live at bats as well.
Yeah. How excited is everybody? We got 10 days to go before you guys hit the field again.
Yeah, so,
does it seem real? Will you believe it when it's finally there?
Yeah, it's definitely a little surreal. And I think I was actually walking up to practice today, and one of the girls stopped me in the hallway. She's like, 10 days, coach, 10 days. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you're right. 10 days. Everyone's super excited. It feels like every day is one day closer. And we're keeping our eyes on the prize of getting to game day, but also keeping the perspective that we need to take every day and not take anything for granted just because it can be taken away so quickly. And we have that as an example. I'm sure we all grew up hearing coach say, oh, you could lose it at any moment. Well, now these kids are lived through that and have experienced that. And so I feel like now they have an even more of an appreciation, for the game and practices, and especially being a Northeast team, it's definitely a grind practicing in February and early March where it's really cold. We were outside yesterday. It was about 35 degrees and they're shivering, and I'm like, we're not staying out here all day, but think about where we were last year at this time. You guys would have done anything to be out here.
Yeah.
So that perspective's helped a lot for a lot of people.
I was gonna say that appreciation, that found appreciation or added appreciation now goes a long way towards, like you said, practice in February outside. We all realized what was lost, and we would have given anything to do it last year.
Yeah.
So having it now, makes it probably that much a little easier, right, on a coach?
Yeah, definitely. Refocuses us a little bit too.
Yeah. Now the schedule is out. You guys, it's a lot of double headers.
Yeah.
You know, you play one team basically 6 times in like, you know, a 5-day span, back to backs, and then some time off, and then again. How does that change how you approach the strategy from a coaching standpoint? Instead of saying like, oh well, you know, we'll see them again later. This is it.
Yeah. So it is a little bit different, and we got to make sure that, you know, we stay fresh and they're not getting the same look from us the whole 6 games. We have to, you know, change things up a little bit here and there. And that's where I think, you know, a lot of the great things about this team is we have so much versatility, so we can change it up. We don't have, you know, cookie cutter kids either. We have so much talent and so much variety of talent that we're able to switch things up and be really good at a variety of different things. So you might see like the same player playing, you know, 3 or 4 different positions within these 6 games that we play. So it's going to be really hard to, you know, scout us when it's like, okay, this kid could be playing shortstop, she could be playing second base, but she also could be playing outfield. Oh, and this kid switch hits. And so, you know, and this kid runs and she also hits for power. So that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to is we have just so much depth and talent with this team. And a lot of them, I mean, more than half of our roster is new, hasn't had a real season yet. So again, they don't have a scouting report on half of our team because they're brand new. And they're just eager to get out there.
Now that cuts both ways. You guys don't have scouting reports on anybody else. So will there be this sudden crunch of information once games get going, trying to figure out who the other teams are? Or will it be a focus on, let's just focus on who we can be, because the we're not going to see them again until maybe the playoffs. We'll worry about it then.
Yeah. I think it's a, you know, same thing with, you know, coaching. It's finding a good balance of playing to our strengths and finding out what the other team's weaknesses are, but not losing our own identity in that. So understanding where we can be successful and win games, but not losing our own personal identity as a team.
Awesome. Holly, great stuff. Practice looks awesome. You guys are doing great. Excited to see you guys outside at the field. Games going 10 days away. Can't wait. I know you guys are pumped. I'll let you get back to running practice. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right. That's Holly Kathios, assistant coach with our softball team, busy at work here in the middle of the day on St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to go now to a man who does a lot to help cover all of our teams here at Sal Regina, George Corrigan. George,
hello.
How are we doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
You as well.
Now, Corrigan, I'm gonna go out on a little bit of a limb. Is that an Irish name?
That is an Irish name.
Do you have any St. Patrick's Day traditions, anything family like that? Nothing?
The only thing is that, and I'm pretty sure this is more than just my family, that if you see somebody not wearing green, you pinch them.
Well, I can't pinch Gavin. Gavin's across space and time here on the internet. The virtual pinch. Facebook, they had the poke. The pinch. George, you do a great job. And actually, let me see if I'm gonna try and pull in some of your photos here. I have the at GCorr, that's GCORR photos on Instagram. At first I was like, let me see which photos I can find. And then I decided, well, let me just bring in all of them. You do tremendous work. And I know anybody that's done some photography knows you take 1,000 photos to get maybe 10 or 20 excellent ones. That's what it takes. So you take a lot of pictures, but you've captured some amazing moments in the last few years from all the teams. This one's amazing, the levitation, as is the Kevin Kelly upside down looking at the camera. So you've done so much work helping to promote all of our teams. I just want to kind of get your story. I mean, where did it start? Just your photography origin story, as it were. When did it start for you?
So, a long time ago, I was in California visiting some family, and I borrowed my mom's camera first time, and taking some tourist photos, and I looked back at them when I got home, and I was like, you know what, some of these are actually all right. Um, and I decided that this is something that I like seeing the final result, and I like you know going out exploring and taking photos. So it's something I kind of stuck with.
When did you get into doing sports photography? Was that something that started here at Salve, or was that before your time at Salve?
I had taken a few sports photos for my high school yearbook, but really it started kind of after I didn't make the baseball team here, and I wanted to stay in the sports world and kind of combine both of my passions, sports and photography, and here we are.
What was the learning curve like for sports photography? Because obviously there may be different equipment. You're trying to capture different things. What did you discover along the way as far as the difference between, say, covering sports versus like a party or an event or portraits? Obviously, way different.
It's super different because it's a lot faster. There's no going back on a moment that's already happened. Um, there are times where I've missed a dunk and I'm like, shoot, I missed this moment. But then there's going to be another one eventually. So I don't beat myself up too bad about it. Um, but it's the learning curve. I was kind of thrown into it pretty quickly. I started shooting, 4 events in a weekend, or four games in a weekend, and you can see very quickly how much it's improved from the first game to now.
Yeah. What do you love most about covering sports and covering the games maybe here specifically at Salve?
Um, I like First of all, I love being around sports. I love attending games, and I'd be attending games even if I wasn't there. But being on the sidelines is kind of nice. Being able to create a relationship with the players, and people that I wouldn't normally have a relationship with, have kind of taken me in as an honorary member team, because I'm at some of their practices. I'm on the sidelines at all their games, and I'm providing a product for them that they enjoy seeing. So
Yeah. Do you have any favorite moments so far at Salve from games or teams that you've as you said you've gotten to be a part of? Anything that
yeah,
sticks out?
so um, I would say that the rugby championship or quarterfinals was the most fun, but it was also raining and freezing, so hard to put that one up there. I'd say definitely one of the top was the soccer championship in overtime, men's soccer, when we beat Endicott in overtime.
Yeah, those are two really good moments, and a little plug for rugby with Gavin being one of our producers. What's the future hold for you? Photography wise, I know you're a business student as well. But what do you hope to do? Personally, professionally with photography. Stick with sports photography, or just in general when you do eventually leave us here at Salve.
So I definitely hope to do as much sports photography as I can. Um, but to be honest, I'll probably at least start with wherever the money is, just so I can kind of get off my feet, and then dive deeper into my passion after that. At that point, but if sports photography is the first thing I can do out of college, that would be outstanding.
Yeah. Well, you've got, I mean, I showed some of the pictures again. Go follow at GCorr, GCORR photos on Instagram. You've got quite the portfolio already to work with. So you're off to a good start. Lastly, George, how excited are you for the seasons to begin, for games to start, and to get out there and actually have things to cover?
I can't wait. I've been texting some of my friends on about when are they going to have scrimmages, if teams are going to be playing, and it's marked in my calendar the first day, March 27th. I can't wait to get back out there, and
Yeah.
it's hopefully going to be warm enough too. It's been pretty
True.
nice.
Actually, last thing you mentioned there about having to do multiple games in a day. Well, we talked to Holly about being coaching in the teams and having to do practice in the cold and having an appreciation for things. The people who cover the games, like me, like you, one team ends and that's their day. Well, there's 3 other games that's still happening. So the photographer is at every game, and maybe that can start to be a little bit of a drag and a wear down. I think this year for all of us, it won't matter. If there's 5 games in a day, there's going to be so much appreciation for having those games, right?
I'll be wishing there was a 6th.
Awesome. Well, George, thank you so much for all the work you've done for us already. The busy work I know you're going to have coming ahead. Look forward to seeing you again in person out there at a couple of games, and thanks for taking the time today.
Can't wait. Thank you very much.
All right, that's George Corrigan, the photographer for our Salve Athletics teams, joining us here on Seahawk Talk. We're going to take a short break and be back with Gavin Parent, our producer, to help wrap up today's show. Don't go anywhere. All right. Welcome back to Seahawk Talk. I'm your host, Andrew Pizzelli. Want to bring in our producer once again, Gavin Parent, to help close out today's program. Gavin, I'd like to get your thoughts on anything that either of our guests had to say here today.
I've known George my couple of years here at Salve when I played in the rugby team. He's very dedicated to what he does, to say the least. Like he mentioned, he was at the rugby championship game in the pouring rain. It was literally like 10 degrees outside. It was pouring. It was freezing. Everybody was pretty much miserable if you weren't on the field. And I just see him in his element. Like it's not even bothering him, just doing his thing. He's got a protective gear over his camera, and he's just completely locked into what he's doing. So his role at Salve is definitely increased, and I'm definitely happy for him because he is very, very talented. The photos he produces and what he creates is like very professional work. So
yeah,
I'm very happy the opportunity that the school's given him, really.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he's a tall guy, so the weather where he was standing might have been different
it was
from
different
the
than
rest
the
of
weather
us.
where I was standing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah. So anyway, we had a great program here today. Holly Kathios, live look at practice. Hopefully, in 10 days, next Seahawk Talk will be the last Seahawk Talk we have without games. We can start showing highlights in a couple of weeks from now, which we can't wait for. But in the meantime, we'll continue to do. And as Ed points out, time for a haircut, Andrew. Hey, maybe Seahawk Talk, let me do some math here. April something, I think. Whatever 2 weeks from now is, maybe we do the live on air shaving of the head. Maybe that. If that's what the people want.
I would pay to see that happen on the
show. That's what the people want. A pay-per-view event. Now you're thinking, Gavin. Now you've got a bit, an entrepreneurial mind. A pay-per-view. I don't know how many people we're going to pay.
Yeah.
I don't. At least I know probably a couple of my family members would pay me to get the hair. Like, listen, we'll pay for the haircut. Just get it done.
We got Ed playing Hokey Pokey at Virginia Tech. I got to get down there. I'm jealous.
Ed's the everywhere man today on the road.
He's on the go today.
Awesome. Well, Gavin, great job today. As always, thank you for coming on, joining us, helping us to produce the show, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right, that's Gavin Parent, our producer here on Seahawk Talk. We had a great show here today. Special thanks to our guest, Holly Kathios, live look from softball practice, and one of our excellent photographers for the athletics department and Salve Regina as a whole, George Corrigan. Big thanks to them. Want to remind you that you can like, follow, and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Salve Athletics to never miss a Seahawk Talk program. We are live every Wednesday, just once a week right now from 12:30 to 1. You can catch us live. You can go back and watch any past episode of the show on those platforms. Or if you're like Ed and you're on the go, you can take Seahawk Talk on the go with the Seahawk Talk podcast, which is available through Sounder FM or wherever you get your podcasts from. So that'll do it for our program here today. Great one, as always. Wishing everybody else out there a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day. I am Andrew Pizzelli, and we'll talk to you next week.